Good evening, everyone. Ron here again. It's been a little bit since I've done a video, and yeah, nice to get in front of the camera again and give it another shot. Last video I did do, which was a while back now, a number of weeks ago now, and yeah, I talked about getting together with my son to do a video, and it's still a goal, a plan, an idea. We haven't really just matched up. We haven't seen each other for a bit, and we haven't talked about it. So it's still something I want to do. I had intended to do it for this next video, the idea being my 100th video. And it just hasn't happened. We just haven't matched up to do it, but perhaps we will. Yeah, I kind of lost my mojo a little bit for doing the videos, I guess. A little busy time at work, truthfully, and that. But I've been record shopping, and I've been buying a lot of music and buying a lot of records and CDs lately in the last number of weeks. Still doing that. I'm never going to stop, probably, and buying a lot of different stuff. And probably my next video, I'll do show a bunch of new stuff that I have added to my collection. But the reason that I'm doing this video is, for my 100th video, and the idea struck me is because recently I bought an album that is new to me and was new last year. It came out November 1st, 2024, and it's the newest Cure record, Songs of a Lost World. Okay, and it's the latest or newest record by this band, The Cure. And, I did an album review last year where I reviewed Dark Matter by Pearl Jam, and I was really taken by that album, and I loved it, and I did a review. Well, I guess fate has it that, I found myself on Record Store Day last weekend out and about buying with a friend and looking for Record Store Day stuff, and I got only 2 records, neither of them Record Store Day releases, but one of them was the Cure record, because last time when it came out, when I was out looking for it, you couldn't find it anywhere. It was really sold out. It was a hot album and hard to get. So visiting a local shop, actually, and I found they had 3 copies. 2 of them were of the same pressing, and one of them was slightly different. So one was a black vinyl, and 2 were the gray marble, they call it, vinyl. And I did a bit of research, and there was some talk and chatter on the record buying sites and music sites about the quality of the pressings and the sound and stuff. So I decided to go for the gray marble pressing, and I'm glad I did, because I'll tell you something, that's why I'm doing this video today, is this album has triggered me again. It's kind of reignited my love of music at the moment. I was sort of buying a lot of stuff, and I like a lot of the stuff I was buying. Like, I'm not, I love all my music that I get, but this really has struck me as a fantastic, just extremely impressive album, and I wanted to review it. So here we are. Now, The Cure is a band that I've had this Cure mixtape called Mixed Up, and I've had it for a long time. It's a CD by The Cure, and it's a bunch of their hits, their old songs, their Lullaby and Close to Me and The Caterpillar, all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like extended versions of it and, mixed up stuff. I've had that forever. Maybe a year or so ago, give or take, I finally found a copy that I liked and bought the double release of The Cure's Greatest Hits. And, The Cure is a band that I didn't own a lot of their stuff growing up or going through their career. I mean, The Cure have been around a long time, and I knew all the big songs, and I love, Friday I'm in Love and all that kind of popular stuff. I heard a lot of it on the radio, But yes, I wanted to grab this new record. First album they put out, first studio album in 16 years. So I decided, yeah, let's do it. Read a lot of stuff about it, pretty positive reviews. Songs of a Lost World by The Cure. So that's what this review is about. And I'm going to tell you, as I've already said, this record has captured me. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. And, you know, the record itself is, this particular pressing is gorgeous. It's, again, that marble. It truly looks like marble. It's just a gorgeous record. It's in pristine, perfect cut and you know, condition. I do have to say, and I'll talk about it with my next video, that there's been a few occasions recently where I bought because I buy brand new vinyl. That's just my way. And there's been a few occasions where I've been unlucky and I've gotten some vinyl that's a little warped. Fortunately, I have a decent record player. The sound is still good, but when you're paying the kind of money that you pay for new records, and as hard as I work for the money I have to buy the new records, it's disappointing. So when you get something, this is truly an exceptional piece of art. The record itself is gorgeous. The artwork is simple but beautiful. The album comes with a very large poster that I have taken and put inside my frames here that I can change up. So I wanted to review this record because it's truly sparked an interest in beautiful rock music again for me. And it is seriously one of the finest records that I've ever heard, in my view. And again, I'm not like a Cure aficionado. I loved Depeche Mode, still do. I like New Order. So I do have an interest and a feeling for that kind of, you know, artsy type of alternative rock. But this is something different. This is something special. So The Cure, 16 years in the making, you know, a beautiful record. The overarching theme of this album is Robert Smith, the lead man, the main man in The Cure. And, you know, he's 66 years of age now and still has that cool kind of quirky look and demeanor still to this day. But, you know, he composed these songs. He created them. He brought them to life over a long time. And the overarching theme of the album is coming to grips with your age, coming to grips with becoming later in life as an artist, coming to grips with of who you are and your, you know, your time as an artist, you know, getting into, I guess, you know, the later stage of his life and career. So, you know, as someone, me, I just, you know, this past January, I turned 59, and, you know, you start to reflect on your life and your age and where you're at. And that's why this, I guess, maybe has struck me so much, I suppose. But yeah, okay, so I have a really nice set of headphones, and so the first listen with this record, I listened on my headphones, and I was like, wow, this sounds like amazing. I wondered what it would feel like and sound like out loud through the speakers and out in the room, and I'm telling you, it's just as good. It is special on headphones, but it's also really, really good outside and into the room and into the air. 8 songs. So I wanted to quickly review these songs because, you know, I don't tell people how to, you know, you're into whatever you're into. If you're watching my videos, hopefully you're into music and you like music. This is a album that kind of deserves, I wouldn't say it commands it because it's really nice to listen to out loud, but it does deserve attention. The songs are so well created and the lyrics and the music is so good that it does deserve your attention if you're going to bother to listen to this music. The Cure have a lot of songs from their popular time, Friday I'm in Love and Love Cats, that are kind of playful and more fun and radio friendly hits, and that's fine. This is not that. There's a depth to this music that is phenomenal. So, you know, I've watched a lot of videos, and I've seen a lot of listened to a lot of different brands of music, and there's a lot of, you know, whether it's progressive metal or whether it's progressive rock, prog rock or prog, you know, there's complicated music out there, and I like complicated music. But this is complicated not to be complicated. This is complicated to serve the songs, and I just adore that as a song guy. So yeah, let's look at the songs. There's 8 songs, only 4 on each side. The songs are all a little longer. They're not like little, you know, shortened songs. They're all a little longer because, you know, this wonderful complicated music is allowed to breathe and come to life each time. I just think it's so impressively done. So the first song is called Alone. It's a long song. It's got a long intro. It's very musically interesting. Nice start to the record. It kind of makes you go, whoa, what is this? What is this? It sounds different. It has a little bit of a, you know, it can be a little, at first, it's just murky sounding. You're not quite sure how to grab it, but when it falls into itself, it's quite good. You know, I think it's really a good intro song. The next song is And Nothing Is Forever. And to me, this is an absolutely gorgeous, you know, song with a wonderful piano synth intro. And, you know, throughout this record, the lyrics it's not crammed with lyrics. He allows the music to lead up to the lyric that he's going to sing. And it's almost like his voice kind of floats in from above. Robert's got such a unique voice, and you know, that's very impressive. So that's the second song, And Nothing Is Forever. The third song, A Fragile Thing, is kind of like a song about love, and great drums in this song, just amazing drumming, great keyboards and keys in this. And yeah, that's kind of your song touching on love, the theme of love. The fourth song is War Song. It's an awesome track. It's kind of got this ominous, dark feel, but the guitar in it is just killer. And this song, War Song, and the next song, Drone, No Drone, which leads off side 2, is both kind of, you know, more not dance oriented, but rock songs, and they got a good beat to them, good speed. Drone No Drone has just a nasty bass track, just killer, and great drums. It's a really good, cool track. The next song, I Can Never Say Goodbye, is a beautiful track. The song just breathes. That's what I love about this song, and a lot of the songs on this record, is that there's no rushing to it. He lets the songs just come along, and that's wonderful to me. And I Can Never Say Goodbye is just a beautiful track. You know, it's the theme of that song, I read, is loosely based on the death of his brother, his older brother, and the feelings that come from such a traumatic event like that. But it's not just pinpoint about that. It's you know, using that concept to build this song. Really beautiful. And the next song is All I Ever Am. Amazing rhythm in this song. His voice on this track and I Can Never Say Goodbye, to me, his voice stands out in those two tracks. Just wonderful. And the last song on the album is another long song called End Song, and it's got an amazing long drum beat intro. It's a really great closing track to this record. It's certainly the most, I guess, not the most, but certainly is a heavy kind of thinking, kind of darker song, but wicked guitar, just wicked guitar in this song. And, you know, there's not a lot of lyrics necessarily in this track, but the lyrics are so poignant and very, very good. Not a lot of lyrics needed, quite frankly. So overall, I think that The Cure's Songs of a Lost World is a true masterpiece record. I think any band would be so proud of the creation of this piece of art and this work. And you know, even from the cover, I read that it's a piece of art from his personal collection, and the coloring of the record, everything about it is just amazing. It's kind of, I guess, got me excited about my music again, and spending the money on these records, and investing the time in listening to it, because the time that went into creating this amazing album is very obvious. So The Cure, Songs of a Lost World, man, it's one of the best records that you can possibly listen to and bother to listen to. It hopefully will get some long recognition from people, and just amazing. I highly recommend it. More than any record I've heard in a long time. I really loved the Pearl Jam Dark Matter. You can go back and look at my review for that record if you care to. And this one has struck me as much as that, probably even more, because of the content and the meaning behind the songs. So yeah, The Cure, Songs of a Lost World, just amazing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Every single song. You know, that's the biggest telltale for me with a record, and that's what's wonderful about this record. It is it's not a singles record. It's a record of a collection of songs. I can't tell you which song I like best, or even which are the top two for me, because when you listen to it, you go, oh, I love that song even more this time round. There's a couple that I love personally best because of the content of the lyrics, but yeah, spectacular. See you again. I'm going to do another video probably right quick, because I got to get back on it if I'm going to bother with this, and really appreciate you taking the time to watch. Okay, take care. All the best. See you guys later. Bye.